We're so excited. Jen Rodriguez, the Director of Tourism and Hospitality at the San Benito County Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau in Central California, is here on Big Blend Radio. It's her first time, and we promise to be nice. But it's really not hard to be nice because she's awesome. And San Benito County, we've been there twice on our Love Your Parks tour. Obviously, Pinnacles-National-Park is our calling, right? But they also have Fremont Peak State Park, San-Juan-Bautista State Park, the historical park. In fact, the whole town is part of the park. And also they have the Danza Trail, which is part of the Juan-Bautista Danza National Historic Trail, which is one of my favorite trails in the whole world. But she's joining us. And so welcome, Jen. How are you?
I am doing good. Thank you for asking. I hope you guys are doing well.
We're doing good. We had all kinds of fun things happen on the show, and I'm really appreciative that you can still call in, and I know you're stretched for time, but I do want to give everyone your website, discover San-Benito-County.com, but you also have a new one that is savorsanbenito.com. Is that because you have so much, good farm-to-table fare? Like, that's what I remember, a lot of farm-to-table food.
Absolutely.
Awesome wineries, perhaps? Wine?
Correct. So, yes, we have a lot of different and award-winning wineries in our locale that we wanted to really highlight and let people know about. Not only that, our community is very rich in agriculture history, and we have a lot of agriculture companies that are doing farm-to-table meals and offering CSA boxes where you can get fresh produce direct from the source. So we wanted to be able to create a platform for them and highlight all our beautiful restaurants and our fine dining, and we just have a lot to offer. So we wanted to create the Savor San Benito website so that people can actually see and kind of choose where they want to go for their meal that day.
That's
very
you guys
cool.
have amazing wine. I remember Calero Wine, especially the Pinot Noir, that you're known for Pinot Noirs out there. And I don't think, people may not realize just how that's a big deal, Calero Wines. I mean, they were like in all the fancy wine magazines and everything, but you have many more wineries that are amazing too. But Pinot Noir is something that, people think maybe Oregon coast more, but you guys are doing a fine job with that.
Thank you. Yes, Clara Winery, Eden Rift, DeRose Winery. We just have a plethora of wineries in our location. They've actually created a road trail called the Cienega Road Wine Trail, where you can go and do wine tastings throughout San Benito County at our various wine tasting locations. And Clara Winery just went through a whole they created a whole new wine tasting room, and the ambiance is just beautiful, and you can sip your wine and savor it right over like a cliffside setting to look into the Valley of San Benito County, and it is gorgeous.
Awesome. Nancy and I got to have wine outside because they have really cool gardens. I remember seeing these big artichokes and all the iris and everything, but you get to see the mountains. So in social distancing time, this is something that you can do, right? Get your wine inside, then come outside and have a picnic.
Oh, yes, and if you go to Clara Winery, you get to look at the Diablo mountain range, and it is just beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful sunsets you can see, and we're very blessed that they've created this atmosphere where you can still go out and have wine tasting, be outside, reconnect with nature, sip your favorite wine, and just relax. And it's a beautiful setting. I think it's one of the most beautiful in the world, so we're very fortunate.
Can I say we would like some right now?
Yes. Hey, come on over. Come on over.
I know.
We invite you.
You see, this is it. Talking about threes, like, we're ready for our third visit, so everyone, I want you to know we're going back. End of the winter or early spring next year, 2021. Apparently a lot has changed since our last visit. There's more wineries to visit, so that's good. One thing that we want to go back and do is Pinnacles-National-Park, and I was talking about rock climbing because we did see some rock climbers out there when we were there. It's Pinnacles Park. This is the 49th national park in our country, and it's famous for its geology and its rocks. And listen, there's all kinds of good, there's movement there, let's say. Is that right?
Yeah.
There's like mini earthquakes happening under your feet. There's movement.
Oh, yeah, and what a lot of people don't know is that the park is on the Pacific Flyway, so it's also a migratory path for birds. So there's over 180 species of birds in the park, including the California condor, which it's most famous for.
Oh, awesome.
And the park has these 2 Calis caves and over 30 miles of hiking trails. So, I mean, it's just, you get to go up to the highest points and see the California condors and come down to the lowest points and be in the caves and see the bats. So it's an incredible experience. You get it all in one. It's like a one-stop shop.
That's amazing, actually.
Yeah.
That you get to do all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they have beautiful campgrounds where you can stay in as well. And you can either do dry camping or RV parking, whatever, you're there to do, they offer it for you. So it's a beautiful experience where you get to see all of nature's finest.
We've been there in spring, and the wildflowers are insane. Spring is awesome.
I think the last time you were here was a super bloom year, right?
No, the last time we were here, we were there at the beginning of the San Benito-County Fair, so it was like at the end of summer into the beginning of fall, and some of the fall colors were coming out. We had an amazing time. We stayed at Piscinas Ranch, and this is a destination.
Fun.
And everyone there is a blast. They're doing good stuff out
Ranch
there
is amazing.
Yeah. People should stay there.
They do everything sustainable. Forest Ranch is another beautiful ranch you can stay at. Do some upgraded glamping, or it's also a working ranch as well, so you can go there and experience the cowboy life. There's a lot of options for you. Mm-hmm.
And then
it's like a
great.
So Joshua Inn, I hear that our Harvey friends have moved on to they're still in Hollister, which is one of your communities. But they've moved on to different things. But Joshua Inn we stayed there on our first visit. So that has new owners and is still operating for folks?
Yes, it's still a B&B, and the new owners are upgrading it, and it's still a great location. It's like in central downtown Hollister. So you can walk to all the restaurants, or you can go to the farmer's market. It's centrally located, and then you can just drive, 20 miles to the Pinnacles, or you can drive, 15 miles to Fremont Peak. It's a great location if you want to stay in San Benito County.
And talking about location, that's one of the coolest things about you is like you've got you're close to the Bay Area, San Benito County, Central California, but you are connected. Like if people, which I know people do, especially national park travelers, they'll come in and want to do more than one park. They plan a trip. Well, they'll do a whole route. Like they'll do Joshua Tree in the desert and then come up to you, do Kings Canyon, Sequoias, Pinnacles-National-Park. You can do Muir Woods. You can do Yosemite. So that you've got like a nice loop of national parks where you are.
And what's really neat is that we're centrally located between all of those. So if you wanted to make this your base and then go to Yosemite one day or go up to Joshua Tree, I mean, it's a great location where you can kind of see everything around us. I mean, we're just east of Monterey, less than, 30 miles. And, we're another 30 miles to Santa Cruz. I mean, if you want to have the beach one day, you can drive to the beach and then come back and stay in tranquil San-Juan-Bautista, which is a historic city, or you can visit the missions, or you can come to the Pinnacles. I mean, it's just a great location, and you can experience the Calaveras Fault Line. We have an earthquake tour that you can take as well. So there's just so much you can see and do, and the fact that we're centrally located around everything. I mean, we're so close to Silicon Valley as well. We're less than 40 miles to Silicon Valley. So it's kind of the best of all worlds. Yeah, super cool.
Nancy and I think you rock. I mean, we love it, and we're coming back again. I
can hardly wait.
One thing we didn't get to experience is Fremont Peak as much. We went there, right? And we want to come back because we didn't get to go hike. We went there. We went up to the peak, and apparently there's night sky viewing and there's hiking trails. Yes. Our friend Jim Ostick puts up all these Instagram photos, and he's in our 1 hour walk group on Facebook. Not that I'm allowed on Facebook yet. Kick me out. But I'm coming back soon.
Yeah, we have an observatory up there.
Yeah, there's an observatory, and so that park is in San-Juan-Bautista, and we've done all this. We're actually following Fremont. We have the story
so you know
series.
How Yeah. You know how you were saying you like the Danza Trail? So if you're driving to the Danza Trail, if you just keep driving another 15 miles, you'll be at the top of Fremont Peak. So it runs right alongside the Danza Trail. So it's really unique where you can be at two locations, at one time. And it's quite fascinating. And a lot of people like to do the hike to the top of Fremont Peak where there's this long, satellite pole that goes to the top, and a lot of people like to go up there and take their pictures so they can say they climbed to the top of Fremont Peak. It's a cool little hike. It's not easy, but it's a cool hike.
We drove up to the top, but they also say that some days, and I've seen this from Jim's photos, that you can see the ocean and you can see Gavilon mountain range. And is it Gavilon or Gabilon? I'm so confused. Gavilon. Let me say that correctly. Gavilon. Okay. Listen, I want to be Gavilon.
It sounds real fancy when you say it. The peak affords a clear view of Salinas Valley, Monterey Bay, the southern part of Santa Clara Valley, surrounding mountain ranges.
Awesome.
I mean, there's a lot.
This is cool.
Yeah.
When we were there, it was all golden
on the
grass
Rocky
and everything.
Ridge, it's 11 miles northeast of Salinas. So it's you can see a 360 view, basically, is what I'm trying to say. It's just amazing where you can see all the way. You can see the ocean towards the Moss Landing Towers. You can see those from the top of Fremont Peak on a clear day when the fog has already lit it. And a lot of people like to go up there and do a sunrise hike so that they can see the sun. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's my style.
If you guys can come and do a sunrise hike, I highly recommend it. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's one of the most clear. It's almost like you're above the clouds. It's the best way I can explain it until the sun is coming up. You literally feel like you're above the clouds because the cloud mass is kind of below you at that point when you get to the top of Fremont Peak. So it's kind of surreal.
And we need champagne for that.
Well,
you do.
This is the thing.
It's
a Portofino with the view, so you know that we have our Portofino backpacks where we get to discreetly hide our wine and our lunch and keep it all nice and cold, and no one knows, except for I talk about them on the radio show and to everybody I can. So we hike up to the top, and then you can have your, champagne brunch with a view, and that's part of it. So we'll have to do that when we come. I'm already planning. I'm just telling you. I'm already planning our return visit. What I do want to say is one of the big changes from when we were there is, so Joshua Inn and Barassi Ranch and Pisces Ranch were all there as lodging, and I think you have 1,000 Oaks for camping as well as Pinnacles-National-Park. Yeah, 1,000 Trails. Thank you. That's it. And then Fremont Peak, you can camp up there, right? People
Absolutely,
can do that.
Yes. Yep.
And you have hotels now
up there as well. Yeah,
you have
hotels. We're moving on up.
Yeah,
tell us about
hotels.
that. So with our lodging, we have a couple of hotels that have opened up over here, the Marriott and quite a few others, and it is just kind of booming to where you have an opportunity now to stay at different locales of up to, I think it has over 100 rooms. So we have more than enough. Yeah. And
That's
we have
cool.
our motels and our boutique hotels as well. So it's
cool.
We're getting there. We're providing now the lodging so that people can come and visit the Pinnacles and Fremont Peak and all our state parks and Danza Trail, which is an international trail because it comes from Mexico all the way up to San Francisco. So it's considered an international trail. And we're one of the few that has one of those. So, and we have we have close to 20 city parks. We have our state recreational vehicle park, which is Hollister Hills, and they see over 200,000 people annually to the Hollister Hills. So, yeah.
Now, also,
our national park, I mean, we just have a plethora of parks. We are just inundated with parks, and we love it because you can get all this outdoor recreation that whatever you may need, we have it. So it's actually quite fantastic.
One thing I think is really cool is all the public art. And Hollister, I know Nancy and I did art and architectural trail because you can see all the architecture, which ranges from like prairie style to Victorian, like the Joshua Inn bed and breakfast, right? So you have Frank Lloyd Wright style things going on. And I'm not an architectural buff, but I go like, dude, that looks cool. When we go around and photograph it, I'm getting there with it. And you have, the East of Eden house where that was filmed.
Yes, we do.
That is there.
Yeah.
And, so there's all of this going on. And that's all connected to the Steinbeck family, lived in Hollister. So the art, you've got a lot of murals, even the electric boxes are painted. My favorite, you've got the La Bamba dude on there.
Yeah.
That's important.
They filmed La Bamba here. Yes.
So Hollywood history. Cool.
Yes, and then we also have the Poppy Jasper Film Festival that's here as well. We're one of the sites where they do the filming of a lot of different films from up-and-coming artists. So we're on that as well. And in collaboration with the San Benito County Arts Council, they created a public art walking tour, which is quite fantastic with their over 22 stops and locations where you can see murals and sculptures and architectural design and terrazzos. It's quite fantastic where you can kind of just walk around through Hollister and San-Juan-Bautista and just feel the history as you make your way around San Benito County.
Even everything we're talking about
even our
is
electrical
open.
Boxes are painted. Everything
That's
is open.
what I love.
And the public art walking tour is absolutely free.
Yeah, and that's something you can do to keep socially distant. I know everybody's worried about that, but you can go there now. Before you go, let's just touch on, so you got the lodging, you got the camping, you got all kinds of lodging experiences from dude ranching and glamping to staying on a ranch to hotels, brand hotels and B&Bs and all of that good stuff. You got the national parks, the regional parks, you got the historic downtowns. Okay, you got farming communities and like aromas and wineries, but
we
food.
have air gliding because we have one of the largest airports in our area, so you can do skydiving, you can do air gliding, you can do.
We didn't do that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I want to skydive.
You can do Soar Hollister, which is you can be in one of those planes, and you can soar over San Benito County, which is it's really cool. And when we see them up in the air, we're thinking, oh, what a great experience that those visitors are having right now, our locals are having right now. And the parachuting takes place, at least once a day. And like if you're over in the Tres Pinos area, which is one of our cities that's on your way to the Pinnacles, you can see the people parachuting out into the ground, like coming down to the ground. It's just beautiful. And you can eat at like many restaurants that are out there in Tres Pinos and be on their like terrace and watch as the parachuters are coming down. It's like a once in a lifetime opportunity, but we're so blessed we get to see it all the time. I think that's one of the coolest things when tourists come or visitors come to San Benito County. They're like, holy cow, this is awesome. I'm sitting here drinking my wine and eating a steak, and I'm watching these parachuters coming out and quietly floating down into the adjacent field right there. And they're just like, wow, did I just witness that? And then
listen, this is what's going on. They're trying to race the condors up in the sky.
Exactly.
Like,
or you can just be sitting out there and see the condors. It's fantastic. We've been doing outdoor dining before it was a thing. Before COVID-19, outdoor dining has always been a big thing here in our area. So it's, I think the people in San Benito County really like to be one with nature and be outdoors and, create that atmosphere where they're part of their surroundings.
When we first went there, the first thing is that you're the original, like the California, like with the beginning of the wineries and the ranching and then the nature and the outdoors. Like you are old school, authentic California. And, because a lot of times, people think of California, it's immediately the beach or LA, and San Francisco. But you have this other side of really kind of the heartbeat and the backbone of California in a way, especially with the geology going on. Yeah, you're the center of the spine of California.
You can actually see the seismic activity has shifted our sidewalks and our curbs throughout Hollister and the adjacent area or adjacent cities. So it's crazy that this is all like. I don't want to ever take it for granted to see the Calaveras Fault Line, and the San Andreas Fault Line, how it's developed our city. But it's fantastic. It's really cool to see. You can just be going on a stroll, walking your dog, and you see where the sidewalk has been lifted from, like the '89 earthquake, or it's
cool.
Kind of neat. Yeah,
I think
cool.
shake, rattle, and roll, man,
for free. Yeah, we offer those tours for free. We have a walking guide where you can come and pick up a map and go follow it. And you can follow where the fault line has, created this difference in our community. It's neat.
Okay, food, before you go, because I know I don't want to rush you, so if you have to bail, just say, I got to go. It's okay, because I know we changed your time on you. But what I wanted to ask is food, because I know Farm to Table, I remember fabulous Mexican food, pub food, the Running Rooster. It's the Running Rooster, right? That's really good.
Running Rooster is amazing, yes. La Katrina restaurant is absolutely amazing.
Oh, I love that.
Grillin Chill Inn Roadhouse, fantastic.
Roadhouse?
Doña Esther's. I mean, we just have the Roadhouse. You haven't been to the Roadhouse?
No.
So Chuck and his wife Joanne have 2 locations. They have the Grillin Chill Inn Roadhouse, and they have the Grillin Chill Inn Ale House. And so you have 2 locations where you can come and either ride your Harleys right up and get a fine meal, or you can come and have like craft beer at their brewery. It's neat. They have over 40 beers on tap.
You have a brewery?
And we have Brewery 25 as well. That's in San-Juan-Bautista. And that is so good. I mean, they literally come up with all these new and creative ways to showcase their talents through their beer, their craft beer, and it's fantastic. Fran and her husband have done an amazing job of creating this cool vibe with their craft beer, and it's fantastic. We love it.
Cool.
Oh, my gosh.
And Doña Esther's, Doña Esther's,
yes,
that is the most authentic Mexican dishes, and they have a banquet facility, and it's great. It's one of the oldest in San Benito County.
We had margaritas and food there. That was good. Oh, can we just
good.
El Hardines with the garden.
So Hardines has a succulent garden throughout. So it's a lot of people like to go there and do the outdoor dining. I mean, like I said, they've been doing outdoor dining before it was a thing. They've created an atmosphere where it's just like the coolest. You're sitting there and you're surrounded by these gorgeous 40-year-old succulents that are just, you've never seen anything like it. People like to go there just to take photos. I mean, I think it's everybody's TikTok and a selfie station built in, and you just see a lot of the younger crew. They've gotten this demographic now where they got a lot of younger people now that are coming there just so they can take pictures in their amazing succulent garden.
Oh,
their back patio.
Yeah, what about Vertical Roasters? I heard that they went from coffee, well, not went from to another, but they expanded from roasting to brewing. Is that true?
Yes. Well, they allow a platform for local brewers to come and sell their beer. They'll do pop-up brew nights. They do pop-up art shows. Once a month they do a pop-up art show as well. They have amazing coffee. They also do wood fire pizzas, which are just scrumptious. I mean, their pizzas are to die for. And they've created this outdoor patio that, like I said, they've been doing it before it was a thing. And a lot of people like to just come and hang out there, get their good coffee, or try one of the up-and-coming craft beers and that they're showcasing or highlighting at a particular night, and just chill and relax. Your life slows down a little bit when you come to San Benito County. You get this opportunity to just relax and take things a little bit slower. I mean, I think that's just the vibe that we offer, and I think that's what draws people to our community, because they get to just slow down, and you can actually taste the food you're eating. It's organic.
Yeah, you don't wolf it down. It's not just
table,
to sustain yourself. Yeah, it's an actual experience. One thing I wanted to touch on, because we talk about local your farming community, you're known for apricots as well. But downtown Hollister, our friend Cathina has a San Benito-Bennet, and I think I want people to know about her because she has Marich chocolates in there, and she's got oils and olive oils that are also come from the area, and so everything's local. And I think that is one of the we've got to support stores like that. It's like independent bookstores and record shops.
Yeah.
And, that's important what she's doing.
We are all for that. So Cathina at San Benito-Bennet, it's a local retail store that you can go to, and she sells all the local fares through olive oils from people that are creating it right here in our county to arts and crafts that people are creating in our county. She creates this platform where people have an opportunity to showcase their talents in San Benito County. And she's been operating for quite, I don't even know how many years, but she's like the core of downtown San Benito, of Hollister. She's created this great way where you can just go and pick up these unique and special gifts for like someone that you want to purchase for, or if you just want to pop in and get one of her fine olive oils. She's got all kinds of different blends from citrus habanero to like apricot. Yeah, it's great. Like I was just there yesterday and I bought her citrus habanero because I like to cook the fish with it. It's like great. Like you just got to try it. Yeah, and we got several olive oil companies in San Benito County.
Wow, it's just you guys are just growing and growing and growing, and I think
and our wineries. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Our wineries are just off the hook. They have just been doing an amazing job. Even like Eden Rift has partnered with a helicopter company, so people that want to come in, they have a helicopter pad now where you can take a VIP tour, fly in and get an ATV tour throughout their whole vineyard, and then you get to end the ATV tour at their vineyard on the top of this overlook that overlooks all of Eden Rift vineyards. And it's like they've created this ambiance where you get to sip your wine and you're just like, it's like they've taken you to another world. It's great. We have one of the top wineries, vineyards, and wedding spots in all of California.
That I know. We've been there. It's like this giant mansion. It's like Spanish style, right? It's like European.
Yeah, it's
Mediterranean.
It's
Mediterranean is the word.
Yeah,
it's really amazing. The views are incredible, and it was. I think it was. We went there before they changed the name and everything. And it is really, really, really beautiful. And people need to go. And the wine is really good, and DeRose Winery is next to them, and what we didn't get to see at DeRose that I hear that they have a car collection. Nancy and I love cars.
Oh. They do.
We missed it.
He has a fantastic car collection, and maybe you could sweet talk him into giving you a tour of that.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah. The owners are great people, and they've done a great job of making sure that our wine is become this award-winning wine where people are coming from all over just to come and have a chance to sip some of our wine. I think our valley creates this great way of just the wine just tastes different here, and it's authentic.
Well,
and
it's good. It's darn good. I remember Nancy and I going, who would know kind of thing. It's like, it's really both times we've been there.
It's the limestone and the water.
Yeah, it's the limestone. Yeah, and I encourage you when you come. Not only it's the big three right there on the wine trail. It's DeRose, Clara, and Eden Rift, and they're just so unique. And they put their own stamp on things. They're these big properties that have created each of them, so you get a different experience. But the way the wine is grown from each vineyard, I think that just you can taste it. It's great. Yeah.
It's single estate. That's a big deal. Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah. And they specialize in Pinot Noir and Chardonnays at one, and then, another one is focusing on, a different type of wine, but it grows so well. And when you take a tour, they'll tell you because they're the experts, but it's the limestone.
Yeah. It all goes back to the limestone. Well, Jen, it has been a real pleasure having you on the show, and we've been waiting for this day for a very long time.
Yay!
So it's been great. The most important thing is we can't wait to go and meet you in person and come back to San Benito County and experience all the new restaurants and hotels and everything that's going on. And of everybody, again, hey, your new visitor guide is out, right? It just came out the other day. So everyone, go to discoversanbenitocounty.com. They're on Twitter and Instagram under Discover San Benito County. And Facebook. I'm trolled around. We're on Twitter because I won't go into social media stuff. But yes, you're on Facebook and Instagram under Discover San Benito County, and also you have the new SavorSanBenito.com, and you can find them on Instagram and Facebook as well. So, and watch out on TikTok. There's all kinds of stuff happening on the area too in Pinnacles-National-Park. So
yes,
but we haven't,
and we just talked a little bit but I encourage everybody to come and discover and savor San Benito County because we have so much to offer, and we want to make sure that people get to feel our authentic self and what we are. and you just get this different experience. So everybody should have at least one trip to come out and discover and savor all of San Benito County, for sure.
I agree.
Well, and because you're a destination for bikers too, and it's beautiful scenic drives up there, and we were talking about DeRose and their
Johnny's
car
Barn
collection.
Grill is world famous.
Johnny's Barn
Grill, which is right in downtown Hollister, is known as the original bikers, and they are literally world famous. People ride their Harleys and their Indian motorcycles from all over the United States to have the opportunity to come there, sit down, and have a beer at the bar where the Wild Ones originated. So the whole Marlon Brando.
Our sock monkey has been there, and she's got she's got a Wild Ones badge. She's got a Johnny's.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
She's got a little badge. Our little sock
that,
monkey
that
travels.
patch with pride.
Yep, she does. Let me tell you, she's ridden a lot of motorcycles. She's done things you wouldn't believe, but you'll meet her soon. But we're going to play a song.
Skydive next.
Dude, let her go.
She's got to skydive next.
So she can truly be a flying monkey, and we can send her for the remake of
that's
Wizard of
cool.
Oz.
That's right. We got to make that happen.
Song, we want to play a song for you. It's called California Days, because California is one of the most amazing states. And when you're going to drive, you put the top down, and this is that kind of song.
Yes.
And, this is the perfect fit. And this is from our friend Josh Pfeiffer. He comes on our show every year or so, and you can keep up with him at joshpfeiffer.com. It's from his album American Crooner Act 1. So here it is, California Days. You have
thank you guys.
Splendid California Day yourself, Jen. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Bye, you guys. Bye, Lisa. Bye, Nancy.
Bye.
I love California days where the sunshine smiles on every face, where the ocean breezes blow and the swaying palm trees grow. I love California days. Take a drive on down the coast, find the things you love the most, from the Golden Gate to La Jolla Bay. Everybody knows it's true, so there's nothing you can do but pack your bags and head on down this way. California days. California day. I got my sunshade and put the rag top down to stay. We could head to Monterey and watch that sunset fade away. I love California days. Take a drive on down the coast, find the things you love the most, from the Golden Gate to La Jolla Bay. Everybody knows it's true. So there's nothing you can do but pack your bags and head on down this way. California Day, to California Day, to California.